Hey, in this video, I want to demo you an optional but very important feature of Msty Studio that has so much potential and enables so many powerful features already. I'm not going to cover everything that it brings to the table in this video, but will show its other powers in upcoming videos where when I demo these features, you will see how much powerful this thing really is. In this video, I just want to talk about what it is, how you would get it, why we need it, how to enable it, and give you a quick demo. Before diving into it though, and how to enable this, let's talk about Msty Studio itself. Msty Studio is a web application that runs from your browser on pretty much any device, right? Now, as flexible as and versatile it is still a web application, and it has its limitation compared to a full desktop application like Msty app or any other desktop application. Because desktop application is something that you run on your machine, browser is a sandbox. It sandboxes the page and it doesn't allow you to use any of your resources. And this is mostly it being a web application and for security reasons. So that's good. So think of like using the raw power of your machine or using some commands on your computer or even fetching transcripts from YouTube. A web app simply couldn't do it without some assistance from a helper app. And that's exactly what a Sidecar is. A helper app that runs on a machine of your choice. Like it's like a small backend for Msty Studio app, and that runs on desktop machine, wherever you choose it. So either it could be a desktop machine in your home, or you can host it remotely, or even on the same computer that you are using Msty app, Msty Studio. You can install it anywhere. Of course, it doesn't run on a mobile device. It needs a machine, but it should run on any desktop application, Windows, Linux, and Mac. Also, before I demo anything, keep in mind that Msty Studio just runs fine without it. You don't need it. But there are some features that can only be enabled if you have Sidecar running. It's basically a simple and small app that you download and install on your machine and then connect to it from Msty Studio. Let me show you how. Okay. So right now we obviously don't have a way to download it, but this will be available when we have Msty Studio out. So as you can see at the top here, I have this Sidecar running. It's a menu bar application, so it's not a full application. It's not used for running or chatting directly. Also, right now it's a UI application, which has its little bit of limitations. But in the future, we are thinking of just packaging it as a service. That way you can run on a machine that doesn't even have a UI. Like have a dedicated server somewhere you can even rent, have so many things install, and you will see what kind of things you can install and have Sidecar talk to those in future videos. And let other people, not other people, outside users, but whoever you want to give access to can just access that and use the things that it provides. Given its size and given its how small service it is, it brings a lot of power. So when you have that, one thing you will notice is click on it, and it has a few things here. It has a local endpoint. You need token to connect to it. You cannot just, not any application or any service or any web page can connect to it. And I'll talk about some security features here. The first one being the copy token. And then, anytime you can regenerate token. We don't show the token here. You don't need to see that token. You can just copy it. Also, we have a feature called tunneling, and I'll talk about this in a little bit. And of course, if you don't need it, you can always quit this one. And right now it's a UI application, but in the future it will be a service. And right now it it facilitates a few things, but in the future you can think of this as like something that could embed local AI service like Olama, and then when you have it installed, you don't need to install anything else. So somebody on Discord channel was asking, like, how do I recommend my friends to have this running without going through too many extra steps? Then you just download this, install it, and then open the website from any machine, and they can just use it. And I'll show you how easy it is to connect to that service from any machine. Like, let's say you have this, and now you have like a phone or an iPad, and you just get there and connect to it easily. You don't have to do much. We have everything built in. And once we have the local AI service and Olama, you can even manage models and things like that. So this is our idea with Sidecar. It doesn't have everything right now. It's just a proof of concept at this point. It just has the basics for the first release. But in the future, Olama will be in it. Msty Studio can just ask it to, install things, manage models, all those awesome things. And that's just one of the many things that we could do. So I hope that makes sense why we need the Sidecar and what power it brings. And you will see, like I said, 2-3 months from now, it bringing even more power to you. And we don't expect it to change that much, update that much. It doesn't need to be. So that is good. And that's one of the reasons why we have been working on Msty Studio. Its desktop application needs to be updated so often, and not everybody is comfortable doing it. But with the web application, we can push update pretty much every hour. It's easy to push things. It's easy to test things. And we know that it's always online. At least, when users go and go online, they don't have to download anything. So we don't expect this to change that much. Okay. So also keep in mind that it has security features built in. So you need a copy token. Not any website can connect to it. Only Msty website can connect to it. Whatever that domain is going to be, we will sort of hardcode that, and you won't be able to change that one. This is nobody's business but Msty Studios. Nobody has to worry about like connecting to it. We are not going to allow this one. There won't be, unless something really something changes, something, I don't know what it is, but if there is a really, really good reason for somebody to change the domain, which I cannot see, unless we think like this needs to be changed, it cannot be changed, meaning that only, let's say we go with MstyStudio.com. That's it for an example, right? Only MstyStudio.com can connect to that service. Nothing else can connect to that service, and it will be hard coded. So not if you go to like some random site, then it cannot just connect to it and start doing what it does. On top of that one, you have to start yourself, and on top of that one, you need the authentication token. It's a small service, so it has security features built in. And also, in a second, how you need to have that the token to enable this. Okay, so now let me give a demo. First, let's talk about how we can connect it. So to connect to Sidecar, you first go to connect here and hit this one. So you can connect to endpoint auth token. You need an endpoint and auth token. So for that one, you just go here, copy it. We're gonna use local endpoint for now, just to give you a demo. Okay. Let's see if I can copy paste that. Okay. So then you would need an auth token. So just putting random things here is not going to work, as you can see. Like I said, authentication feature is built in. I'm running from a domain, by the way. It's MstyStudio.localhost. Even though it's localhost, it has HTTPS and everything. And we also make sure that it can only be run on HTTPS, meaning that to be able to connect to it, you need HTTPS. Okay. Generate token, copy token. I don't know if I copy that one, but let's go here, connect. and then copy token here. Let's remember connection info for now, so that it puts that credentials in your database and you don't have to worry about it. You can always forget connection info if you don't want that. Save and connect, and then there you go. Now it can connect to it. So talking about auth token, if I were to quit this, of course it's not going to connect. Disconnect and then connect. Yeah, we added, we told it to save the credentials, but you can't connect it because the service is of course not running. So you could do that too. But let me rerun this again. Keep in mind that we save the credentials. So another security feature is they get regenerated. So you cannot simply just like go now and then, even if this got leaked or, some leakage happened or something like that, you cannot just like connect to it now. Let me go and then try to connect to it. There you go. It's even though now it is running, it cannot connect to it. So now what we have to just like copy token again. We'll go and fix that so that it just remembers the endpoint. What's going on here? Okay, so copy local endpoint and then connect here and then do this one. So and then save and connect. Okay, so that's good. So now it's connected. All right, so now another thing that I want to show you is sometimes you want to, let's say you are on a phone and you want to connect to Sidecar for all the features that it provides. Localhost is not going to work. You need some sort of tunneling to the machine. That tunneling basically means you need some sort of access to the machine. Now there are multiple ways to do that one, but not everybody is tech savvy, and if you don't know how to handle this, install all those kind of services, then we have made it really easy for you. And for that one, what you can do here is enable something called tunneling. What tunneling does is gives you like a public URL for this service. Of course, it's not enabled by default, so you need to enable it. So enable that. And then we should get a notification. We can try to, okay, it's still, we probably need some sort of, okay, let's copy that. There you go. So what that means is like we use Cloudflare. So connection is encrypted on Cloudflare side. You don't feel comfortable, you don't have to enable tunneling, but that's sort of the cost you pay. They're very safe, very secure. They use HTTPS to connect users. They're enterprise grade service provider, so I'm not too worried about them. But it does go through this Cloudflare's tunneling service. So this is a public URL. Of course, when you try it, it's probably not going to work because I'll have it disabled here after done with this video. But you have this one. So what this allows you to do is like connect to this service now from anywhere. If this was enabled, you can connect to it from your machine right now. For all the things that Sidecar provides. It doesn't mean that somebody will have complete access to your machine, because you still need that URL. You still need the auth token for that, right? From a web page, somebody has to, if somebody's trying to access it from web page, of course, it's not going to work, because the course, which is the cross-origin resource sharing, meaning that the resource sharing has to come from this particular domain name, whatever it's going to be when we release this. Okay, so now once we have that, then we can start using it. Well, we haven't connected to it yet, so let me connect to it now. Okay, so we connected that here. Disconnect, connect to it here, and then copy token. Same here. Let me remember this. I'll try to use this one. Okay, good. So now we're connected. You can see this bolt icon now, right? All right. So after that, what we can do. So let me demo how to use this one. So YouTube is transcripts. The way we fetch YouTube transcripts without asking for API keys, we basically, go in and scrape that transcript, right? We go open the site and have to fetch that, go and fetch that, clean that up and all that, right? But a web page cannot do that. YouTube doesn't allow you to do that because of course sharing, course issue. That means like YouTube is saying, hey, YouTube, I'm not allowing whatever domain this is to scrape my site. So for that one though, Sidecar can do it because Sidecar is basically not using a web page to get that. It's basically using underlying something fetch API that can fetch a page that can clean it up. So that's one of the things that it provides. There is also another thing that Sidecar can provide, but it might go away based on how fragile it has been on Msty app, which is the web page, search results, which is the real-time data that we call. It works, but we have found that to be very fragile, and search engines are making it very, very hard to be able to sort of quote-unquote script the data, unfortunately. So we might not be able to, we might disable this, or we might take it out, or put it in if you guys want, but with a warning saying, hey, this thing might not work. And we want to do the same thing with Msty app as well, that hey, sorry, we tried our best, but you might not get it to work. It works most of the times. I've been able to use it, but for some reasons, for some users, it doesn't work. Because browsers are, search engines are too smart that they know that, okay, you are trying to basically scrape my results. Though there are other ways where we can get real-time data, and I'll show you some examples here, and you will start seeing some changes in Msty app as well. All right, so if we were to do like not the real-time data, but more like attachments, YouTube attachments. Okay, so and then let me go and grab this URL here that I uploaded just like an hour ago, and then go to attachments here. Add that. Go do this. Now, what is happening here is Msty Studio is just basically asking Sidecar to say, hey, can you go ahead and then get that for me? And then Sidecar can say, no, of course. I can do that. And without Sidecar, we would not be able to fetch this one. This is a limitation of web page. This is not our limitation. This is just basically YouTube saying, no, you cannot do that, buddy. Okay, so once we have that one, let's chat with it. Let's say, summarize this for me. Summarize this for me. And let's see what it does. Okay, this video tutorial explains how to use web pages as context within the Msty Studio AI chatbot. That's awesome. That's what it is. So we know that it's being able to fetch that transcript and so that, and you can kind of click here and then see, this is what it is, 482 seconds, blah blah blah, and there you go. So I hope that this kind of gives you like a sneak peek of like what Sidecar is capable of, and like I said, I will show you more power of Sidecar in other videos. If you were to click here, you will see that Sidecar also provides this. I'm not going to demo this one because this is a real-time search feature. We have Google and Brave right now, and this works very similar to how it works on Msty app, and not very different than what we just saw with YouTube transcript. But in the future, there is a really an amazing feature that I want to get to, maybe in the next video, where I show the great power of Sidecar. All right, I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions about Sidecar. Happy to answer. And then, like I said, in the future, you will be seeing more power added to Sidecar, including where you can run your local AI off of Sidecar. Not yet, maybe a couple of months away for that one, So just to make sure that people understand what this is Msty Studio. This is not Msty app, the desktop version. If you already know what Msty app is, this is not released yet. This will be released soon. If you have an Aurum license, we just made a decision that you will be able to access Msty Studio as well. This is a completely different app. So, there has been some confusion like, why blah, 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 but this is a completely different app. This has some features overlap, but this is a different app. This is a different app that has a different use case, for people who want to run it on from website, for teams, for companies that runs on mobile devices and things like that. We are giving you guys one access to Studio, meaning that, with your license key that Msty Desktop has, you should be able to access Msty Studio as well. Just one activation though. This is so that people cannot misuse it. So I hope you understand. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.